Hi friends, welcome to Biju Guy's Teaching Cafe. This is a short video lecture about the theme General System Theory. Friends, as we have discussed in the previous lectures about approaches and behavioralism, you have seen that there were dissatisfaction in the political science, particularly in the United States, that its methodologies were wrong, its approaches were out of touch with reality. So there were attempts to bring in some kind of new perspectives, new way of viewing and seeing in political science. That was basically a movement, and the movement, as you know, was called behavioralism. So friends, this is a theory about behavioralism, or this is a theory in political science that was developed in the food lines of behavioralism. So let us know what is general system theory. The title of this lecture is General System Theory. So as you know, behavioralism tried to make political science an empirical science. The problem with the political science was absence of high theoretical consciousness. That means knowledge in the discipline, knowledge in political science is derived by sensory perception. That the knowledge that you have gained in political science should be collected or should be built based on either of your five senses. So sensory perception means you shouldn't study things by speculation. Do not study things by anything beyond the yardstick of your five senses. Use your senses and find out laws that are already there in things by nature. So one of the offshoots of behavioralism was system theory. So system theory in political science was developed from general system theory. Let us know what is general system theory. So first of all, we have to understand what is general system theory. After getting a basic idea about what is general system theory, we can move on to system theory in a next video lecture. So general system theory. So friends, general system theory presents a general theory for all the systems. All system means anything. A school or a computer or a factory or the environment. Anything can be a system. And system theory can be applied to all the systems in the world. So general system theory can be applied to all the systems. In this sense, everything in the world is viewed as a system. So what is a system? So friends, a system means set of elements standing in interaction. That is, different components are connected in such a way the whole system functions. And if there is a problem in one component, other system will compensate, so that system will function. So everything is connected. So various parts of components that make a system. So the interaction of parts make the system functional. There will be interaction and linkages between the parts that will make the system. So that said, you cannot think of a system without thinking of parts. Clear? So you cannot think of parts without thinking of system. Clear? Both way it is connected. So say, for example, cricket, football, computer, classroom, home. These are all examples of system. In cricket, ball, bat, the field, stumps, players, costumes, umpires, a lot of components make up cricket as a system. So the general system theory tries to develop concepts which unify or interconnect various parts. So general system theory aims at meaningful integration of all knowledge. We can better understand it by some other analogy. We can use an analogy to understand the system or the general system. So think about food web or food cycle. It is a natural interconnection of food chains. The food chain describes who eats whom in the wild. So each food chain is possible pathway that energy and nutrients can follow through the ecosystem. So for example, grass produces its own food from sunlight. A rabbit eats the grass. A fox eats the rabbit. When the fox dies, the bacteria break down its body, returning the body to the soil back, where it provides nutrients for plants like grass. So grass again comes, reappears. Of course, many different animals eat grass, and rabbits can eat other plants besides grass. So foxes in turn can eat many types of animals and plants. So each of these living things can be a part of multiple food chains. Clear? So all of the interconnected and overlapping food chains in an ecosystem make up a food web or food cycle. So friends, this is called system. So many things are connected. Grass, rabbit, fox, bacteria. So nothing exists in isolation in the whole universe. That is the assumptions in system theory. So the movement in this direction was started in 1920. It was started by Ludwig von Bertalanffy. He was an Austrian biologist known as one of the founders of general system theory. His ideas flourished only after the World War II. So after that, system theory, as you know, it was developed in biology. After that, it moved from biology to physics, to chemistry, to ecology, to social science, particularly anthropology and sociology, then to political science. That is the root of the development of system theory in political science. So social sciences took up this perspective through the writings and researches of Talcott Parsons and George Homans, Roethlisberger, Dixon, and so many others. So one important contribution was done by Auguste Comte. Auguste Comte, a French philosopher, a writer, had some pioneering contribution in deploying system theory in sociology. So Comte was the first to develop the concept of sociology. So he defined sociology as a positive science. So positivism is the search for invariant laws of the natural and social world. So Comte identified three basic methods for discovering these invariant laws. First one, observation. Second one, experimentation. And third one, comparison. So observation, experimentation, and comparison can bring you invariant laws in sociology. So Comte observed society and understood that form of society influenced the functioning of state. Naturally, a study of state cannot be done in complete isolation. If you want to study state, you should also study society. The idea is very simple, because State as a system is connected in a is operating in a environment, system environment, that is called the society. So you cannot study anything about state in intellectual isolation. You have to study society in order to study the state. That is what Comte's principal assumption is. So Comte said that politics and state could not be studied by applying traditional methods of analysis. Naturally, a general system approach was necessary according to him. So that said, family is an institution which cannot be studied in intellectual isolation. So just like food chain where each living things are connected to others for its survival, family depends a lot upon other social institutions. Say family is connected to culture, laws, state, economy, religion, even costume, even your costume. So many things are connected to family. So when you go to study family, you have to study so many other things, because family exists or operate in a general system. So later, after Comte, then it was, another two anthropologists called Malinowski and Radcliffe Brown. That is, Bronislaw Malinowski and A.R. Radcliffe Brown had some pioneering contribution to the development of system theory in social science, particularly in anthropology. So Malinowski and Radcliffe Brown thought that all the parts of the society are closely connected, and these parts could not be separated. So culture, family, race, region, laws, religion, schooling, media, these are all interconnected. Together they form a system, according to Malinowski and Radcliffe Brown. So they have called this organismic character of society. Society is like a living thing, a plant-like structure. Society is an organic thing, a plant-like structure. So society cannot be studied in intellectual isolation. You cannot study a part of society in intellectual isolation. You have to study the whole of society in order to study a part of society. So look at culture, laws, social institution and others in order to study a part of society. So Malinowski and Radcliffe Brown have designated their idea that everything is connected to everything. That is called, functionalism. So they have developed functionalism in the study of society. And it is thus obvious that Comte, Malinowski, Radcliffe Brown all were seriously concerned with the integration and solidarity of society and state. So they believe that society and state are connected. To study state, you have to study society. To study society, you have to study state, because they operate in a system. So society and state are structured in such a way that their functions always contribute to the solidarity and maintenance of each other. Then comes French sociologist Émile Durkheim. He had drawn attention to the integrative nature of society and state. He was also upholding the idea that society and state are connected. They should be integrated. So all the anthropologists and sociologists we have just discussed have concluded that the functions of the various parts of society and state are performed in such a manner that each function of each part helps in number of ways the functions of other parts. What they said, that the functions of the various parts of society and state are performed in such a manner that each function of each parts help in number of ways the functions of other parts. That is, The function of family will help the function of culture, the function of your food habit, the function of your religion, the function of your laws, so many other things. So the function of laws will also help the function of culture, the function of religion, and so many other things. So it is just like many different animals eat grass and rabbits can eat other plants besides grass. Fox in turn can eat many types of animals and plants. It's just like that. Everything is connected to others in a number of ways. So Talcott Parsons had brought about a revolution in the sociological thought of system. So his famous work, The Social System, was published in the year 1951. So he had said that the study of politics cannot be treated in terms of a specifically specialized conceptual scheme. That state cannot be treated as an individual or separated from other social concepts and it can be studied alone. No, it is not possible according to Talcott Parsons. So he believed that it should be studied, that is, state should be studied, politics should be studied as a system in which various parts are connected. That is, state should be treated as a system in which various things are connected. The social system of Parsons makes an effort to develop a conceptual scheme that will reflect the systemic interconnectedness of social system. That is, his idea of social system is connected. There is a systemic interconnection of social systems. So he further maintains that in the social system there are several actors, and among them there are interactions, and these interactions are ultimately institutionalized. So that is what his idea is, that he is saying that there are several components, there are several parts to the social system, and all these social systems are institutionalized. Say it is family, say culture, say your food habits, say your costume culture, say your even conversation style. Everything is institutionalized according to Talcott Parsons. So then it was Walter Bagehot and Graham Wallace who had some pioneering contribution in the development of system in political science. Friends, Sir Walter Bagehot and Graham Wallace influenced the general system theory, and they also brought forth this idea to political science, even though not in finite form but in a rudimentary form. They brought it into the political science realm. So Bagehot's famous work, The English Constitution, published in the year 1865, contained this idea, that is general system theory, in at least in an embryonic form of the general system theory. So what Bagehot said in his book was that the social conditions which prevailed in Britain, the book was about Britain, British Constitution, so which prevailed in Britain during the 19th century influenced the formation of various political institutions. That is, he was saying that the social system that was prevailing those days in Britain helped Britain to evolve certain kind of political institution. That means what? Simply, he was just reproducing what Emile Durkheim said, what Comte said, what Malinowski said, what Radcliffe Brown said, what Parsons said, that everything is connected. So society and state cannot be studied in intellectual isolation. Just where Bagehot was saying that the political institutions that Britain evolved over the time was influenced by the social system prevailing in Britain. So the point is that social factors have positive influence upon the political institutions and processes. So friends, but they always fluctuate, and fluctuation is unpredictable. That was what Bagehot believed. So from this observation made by Bagehot, the political scientists of the second half of the 20th century have deduced that general system theory has developed in political science. Then comes Graham Wallace's famous book, Human Nature in Politics, that was published in the year 1908. It can be cited as another example of general system theory in the studies of politics. So this book laid the foundation of socio-psychological aspects of political science. So, and this in turn made quite easy the advent of general system theory into political science. His idea of socio-psychological aspects in politics brought forth general system theory into the studies of political science. So Wallace has said that man's thoughts and ideas are not always influenced by rationality and enlightenment, but by social and other factors upon which he has hardly any control. That means, the way in which you take a decision, the way in which you take a decision to purchase a costume, or to order a food in a restaurant, or to buy a car, or to buy a mobile, or to you are just having some kind of problem with some other people. These are all not a rationally taken decision. Rather, these decisions are motivated or influenced or persuaded by some other social factors upon which, that is, upon that social factors you don't have any control. So that social factors influence you take a particular decision. Your rationality hasn't any control over the way in which you take decisions. Clear? So we can thus conclude that human behavior and sociological factors have positive influences upon the political institutions and organizations. So new ideas are coming into political science that by introducing general system theory. So far we have seen some other different way of interpreting or viewing and seeing things in political science. Now you are going to see that a system approach has been introduced, and political science is going to view and see things in a very different way. So some thinkers such as Davies and Lewis feel that the famous German sociologist Max Weber devised a thought system for sociological studies, and that provided a great clue for the preparation of the foundation of general system theory in social sciences. So his theory or the paradigm, that's Max Weber's theory or paradigm, was chiefly meant for sociology, but it indirectly helped political science in general and general system theory in particular. So from the above analysis, from the analysis I have mentioned a short while ago, you can see that there was a view that political system is an open system. Open in the sense that it is influenced by other systems, cultural system, economic system, as well as other systems also influence political system. Political system influence other systems, as well other systems influence political system in return. So a system analysis is not concerned with individuals. You cannot study individuals in separation as such, but with their roles, an individual plays different roles in society. And system analysis or political system mainly deals with the political role of individuals in the whole system. So mainly because sometimes political scientists consider the other roles of individuals, that your behavior is not always a rational decision, but rather it is influenced by social factors. Even other individuals can also influence your behavior. So a man is a citizen, but he is also a husband, a believer, a law-abiding person, an educated person, and so many other roles he performs in society. So to study his political behavior, one must integrate, a political scientist must integrate his political behavior with so many other types of roles he performs in the social system. So a better understanding of politics is possible only if we integrate the political behavior with other kinds of behavior. So the state also possesses the same character. State is one of the many social systems. It is interconnected with various other parts of the social system. Only a general system approach can provide us with a fruitful way of studying political science. That is what system theory believes. So functions of each parts of society and of the state are closely connected. So in summary, friends, the general system approach stresses, emphasizes the notion that all the parts of society are linked, and a comprehensive approach can reveal the true nature of politics. So friends, with this I would like to end this lecture. I don't know if you really understood what I have said, but anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please write to me. Thank you.